Hi, DelusionDispeller back again. Sorry about that cutoff on the first video. Unfortunately, I ran out of space to record, but my wonderful husband fixed that for me, so we're going to continue on. I'm talking to you about things to notice on motivational speakers, pastors, politicians, whatever, that draw you in to what they're saying and get you to spend money you don't want to spend, and get you to listen to things and believe things that you might not otherwise believe. Just some information to help out in that aspect. Okay, another thing that they do besides painting a fearful picture is they do the choice thing. Like, well, you have a choice. You can either be fat and lazy and sick, or you can be thin and healthy and have guys falling at your feet, or girls coming to your house asking you out, or whatever it is. It's the bad versus good. And they always kind of do this thing with their hand where bad is a little bit lower and good is up here. Or different ways that they do the bad versus good. Right choice versus the wrong choice. And wrong choice is always made to look like it is the really wrong choice. You just somehow sense that, oh wow, I want to do the right thing. I want to do the good thing. I want to do the healthier thing. And you find yourself just leaning towards, well, I need this product. I better do what they're saying, or else I'm going to be on this bad end of things. And who wants to be on the bad end of things? Nobody. Alright. So anyways, that's another thing they do. Another thing they do, especially pastors these days. Now, if you have not been in a mega church, you won't know what I'm talking about. But if you have, or you watch politics, there's one word they all say that gets everybody's attention and gets them to just drop what they're doing and realize that something important is about to be said. And it is the word listen. Everybody does it. Everybody that wants to draw in your attention uses this word, especially pastors these days. So they'll be reading along, and Jesus crossed across the river or across the sea, and he was going over there where the demon-possessed guy was. And listen, we need to do the same thing. We need to follow Jesus. Listen, if you want to live a godly life, you need to follow this way. You need to go and do what Jesus did. You need to pursue the person that's hurting. Listen, without you, God can't do it. Listen, now, I know that you're having these problems over here, but this person over there is much more needier than you are. So you need to get your eyes off of yourself and go and help this person. Listen, if you do this, God will be so proud of you. Now, did you count how many times I said listen? I didn't count how many times I said listen. But next time you go to church, next time you watch a politician, next time you watch a motivational speaker, pay attention to how many times they say the word listen. You will be amazed. Many of them are doing this. I'm not saying every one of them, but many of them do this. I once got so annoyed at a church service because my brain does this, where it hears a word and it hears it more than once or twice, and that is what my brain tunes into the whole rest of the time. So I get really annoyed and can't pay attention to the message because I'm watching this guy say this over and over going, is he trying to manipulate them? Is he trying to make us pay attention when maybe we're thinking about whatever? Well, yeah, they are. They're trained to do that. That is not an accidental thing that somebody just automatically says, listen, in the middle of a message. It's a manipulation technique. Unfortunately, pastors do it, ministers do it, politicians do it, people in authority do it. It's to get your attention. It's to say, woohoo, air quotes, I'm talking now, pay attention. Alright. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's what they do. Alright. Another thing they do is words like bonus, free, and power. Anything that makes you go, aha, you know, I'm listening, I'm paying attention, I want that. Value, there's another word. Right now, you got to get it right now. Time limited, or offer time limited, or they'll say time is running out, hurry. You'll feel this compulsion, oh, I better hurry up. Some of them even have a little clock that's ticking down. Tick, 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 tick. How many more minutes till this offer expires? And you're like, oh man, I better get in on this because it's going to be expired and I'm going to be, out of luck. So you'll find yourself compelled to rush right out there and buy into that thing, whatever it is they want you to do. Let's see. Take action. Now, they taught us in sales training that you have to tell people what to do because they don't automatically do it on their own. So say I wrote a book, which I have. I've written 2 ebooks. I've published 1. If I want people to buy that ebook, I have to put out some kind of a blog. And in the blog, several times I have to say, go and get this now. Or take a look here. And I have to tell you what to do to get you to do it. Is that manipulative? It sure is. That's one of the biggest manipulation techniques that salespeople will do to get you to do what they want. Again, not saying it's bad, because how else are you going to compel people to pay attention to what you wrote or what you did? But pay attention to things that do this, because you may not be interested in what they're talking about, but you may find yourself driven to go do that simply because they're telling you, act on this now, click here, do this, subscribe, do that. Everybody does it, and it works. That's why they do it. Alright, only, that's another thing. We only have 3 more of these. There's only 2 days left. Only. Again, that puts limitations on, so you're thinking, uh-oh, I better hurry up. I better do this. Success is another word they use. Oh, do you want success? Do you want to be above your friends? Do you want to be the talk of the town? Do you want to look fantastic? Success, success, success. It drives you to achieve. Wealth is another word that people use. You know, well, why be down here when you can have wealth? You can have riches. You can have money. You can buy out the bank. Oh, fire your boss. That's another one. Would you like to fire your boss? Oh, I would so love to fire some bosses. I would have loved to fire some in the past, too. But they'll tell you, you can be self-employed and fire your boss. Can people do that? Some people do. That doesn't mean if you join their business that that's going to happen to you. Not necessarily. But they'll tell you it is. Here's another one. Here's the key. Okay, so they have the key. That means they have the one, the only, the key, the thing that you need to achieve whatever it is you want, to achieve power, to achieve success, to become famous. I have the key. Here's the key that will get your attention. Here's the deal. Oh, you're going to make me a deal? Good. What's the deal? What's the free stuff I'm getting? What's the extra thing that I'm going to learn, you know? These are ways they manipulate you. On the next video, I'm going to talk about something else that gets your attention and gets you to act quicker than you probably would have and do things that you might not have really wanted to do. Stay tuned.